Hi guys!
Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, we are
Creative Ginge.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Ash. And if you have been here before, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Today's episode is everything you need to know before visiting Hong Kong.
Okay, so we're going to show you this through our tricks, which are our tips,
Routes, information,
costs,
and sites. So yeah, we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock, Pete McKinnon style. No, just kidding. But we are just going to put 5 minutes. And do you like our new decor? Obviously when you're travelling, it's hard to find the right place to film. So we're in hostels.
We're just making it up as we go along, so yeah, anyway. Sorry about our new office.
Let's get into this. You ready? Starting with trip. Tips. Trip. We don't know what we're starting with. Right, starting with T. Let's go.
Okay, so here are our top 5, can't really turn my hand around, top 5 tips when you're visiting Hong Kong. Number 1.
Just go. Don't let social media, the news, don't let people put you off. So many people have messaged us saying, is Hong Kong safe to go? Yeah, it
because
really
of the
is.
Riots and
because
things.
of the riots.
We did see things like this, however, it didn't really stop our journey, so
no,
definitely just go.
Just go, book it.
Tip number 2, when you first get to the airport, if you're travelling like us, they try and push you straight onto the train. If you've done your research, you'll know that there is a bus that will take you there for a fraction of the price, so jump onto the bus.
I charge us 56 quid for a train journey. 2 minutes down the road, got the bus for a tenner.
Much better.
And that leads on to tip number 3, which is if you're going to travel around Hong Kong for a certain amount of time, get an octopus card. They're cards that basically you put money on and you can use them on the buses, the trains, at 7-Elevens, vending machines, like you can use them anywhere.
Yeah.
We personally didn't get one because we did a lot of walking. But they're good because any bus or trains that you need, you have to have the correct change. So get an octopus card, beep, and you're done.
Yeah. Tip number 4 is all of the apps and things that you need to get yourself a SIM card. They are really, really cheap. You can decide which one you want when you get there.
Looks like this.
And then download all of the apps. So you'll need Agoda, Hostelworld, currency exchange. That's a big one for when you're travelling around because all the currencies change every day. So that's definitely one you need. And there's other apps as well that will just pop here.
Yeah, but Agoda is the main one to book like accommodation with. Yeah.
Okay, tip number 5. You will need your walking shoes.
Yeah,
You
in
walk
Hong Kong.
so much in Hong Kong.
So many stairs. It's so hilly. Like the hills are like this. So there is escalators that take you up the hills, but
not always.
even still.
Good walking shoes, no flip-flops.
Yeah, good walking shoes or even trainers. You can take trainers and have the walking boots, but make sure the decent trainers.
That's the end of T.
So routes. Okay, so in Hong Kong, there's 3 main islands that you're going to stay at. There's Hong Kong Island, there's Kowloon, and there is
Lantau Island.
Lantau Island. So Lantau Island's by the airport, and then Kowloon Island is more like shopping and markets and street food and things like that. And then Hong Kong Island is more like skyscrapers and the hustle and bustle of the city.
We preferred Hong Kong Island, but we actually did stay in Hong Kong Island and Kowloon because we wanted to experience both sides of it.
But if you've not got much time, probably recommend Hong Kong Island.
It's really accessible through the MRT, whichever way around you say.
So basically on routes, what we're going to do now is just throw up a map on the screen. So these are the places that we visited that we recommend. There's loads more to do, however, these are some things that we did.
So we did Victoria Peak, Manmo Temple, Victoria Gardens,
10,000 Buddhas, Nanling Gardens, temples, and the light show.
We would probably advise if you haven't got a lot of time, you don't need to make it for the light show. It's not the best light show in the world.
So next is information. Everything you need to know, basically. Well, just the important things you need to know in 5 minutes still.
We've got to keep it under 5 minutes.
Let's
It's
go.
not everything you need to know.
Let's go.
Okay, so it's a British island, or it was a former British island. So there's English language everywhere. So obviously it's written in Chinese, but then underneath there's always loads of English. Very
Basically,
simple.
yeah, the maps, everything, everybody speaks. So that's another tip is that it's multicultural. So everybody, speaks English and like different languages, and yeah, they're all friendly and super helpful.
If you are British, you won't need a visa to go there either. I'm not sure about other nationalities, so you'll need to check that. But yeah, as I said, former British island, don't need a visa.
Yeah. However, you do to enter the rest of China, which is why we chose just to do Hong Kong. So if you want to do the rest of China, it is about £200 each per person for a visa. So check that out.
The seasons are a big one. We actually went in the end of August, start of September, which was rainy season, as you probably saw if you've seen our vlogs.
It's wet.
It rains a lot, but it didn't really stop us from doing much for what we wanted to do, so you can still go in the rainy season, it's absolutely fine. And if you're from England, you're used to the rain anyway. And the last one's probably the street food. So make sure you try some of the street food. It's the cheapest food when you're there, and it's absolutely delicious. We also did stop at some 7-Elevens and get some noodles and things to keep it really, really cheap, because we were on a very tight budget in Hong Kong because it's a city, so it's expensive.
Which leads us on to our next little section, which is costs.
Okay, so when we were there, obviously the exchange rate was different, but right now, this is the current exchange rate to the British pound.
So it's something about £1 to 10 Hong Kong dollars or something right now.
Yeah, which get the app, it will be really, really helpful, and it updates daily, so it's really good. So accommodation in Hong Kong is quite expensive. It varies, but even if you pay however cheap, the rooms are tiny, expensive or cheap, your room will always be small.
If you're going on a holiday, then you can stay better, but obviously with like us, we're backpacking, travelling, so obviously we want to keep it cheap to hostels. So when we first arrived there, we stayed in a rooftop swimming pool hotel, and it was nice, but very small rooms, and the second night we stayed in hostels.
Still very small rooms.
Small rooms, but very clean and very tidy. So
yeah, the whole of Hong Kong is very clean. Travelling around Hong Kong is actually really, really cheap. That is the bit that we were surprised at. We thought it was going to be more expensive, but actually getting on the underground is quite cheap. The buses are very cheap, but you do need the correct change. They will not give you change on buses. So if you haven't got an octopus card, make sure you're carrying change in your pocket. You will need it.
Yeah. And then food. So again, food's one of two. It's as good as you make it. It's very expensive if you go to restaurants, with it being a city, or if you go to street food, it's very cheap. So, by cheap we're talking a couple of pounds.
You've just got to be brave enough to try everything and don't listen to what.
It sounds good looking on videos, but when you're there and you can see them making it on the street, and sometimes,
You've got to be brave.
Yeah.
Be brave, it's worth it, it's tasty. So there are our little tips, and the last little bit is obviously some of the wonderful sights that we saw. Here we go.
Okay, so they're the sites, guys. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed everything, all our tricks, tips, routes, information, costs and sites. So if you have any more questions that you want to ask, because we've got loads of information, we just wanted to put it into 5 minutes.
Please comment below, and also if you've been anywhere that was absolutely amazing, comment that below too.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Peace out. Creative Ginge.